We'll start to center. So if you can, turn off your cell phones, turn off all electronic stuff that may bother you, close the doors, find a nice quiet place. Start to center, forget about the world. C, clear the mind. With your eyes closed, envision the room. Focus in on as many details as you can. Tell yourself you are here. Focus on the time. Tell yourself you are now. You are here, you are now. E, even at your hips, just rock back and forth, side to side until you come to a nice comfortable position. Just gently straighten your spine. N, neutral your shoulders. Let your shoulders come down and relax. T, pick up the 3-part breath. Take 5 deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. E, evaluate. Just ask how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Whatever that number is, hold on to it till the very end. R, release. Start a body scan at your toes, working all the way up to your head. Just looking for any muscles that are tense. If you find a muscle that's tense, send a message to release and relax. We'll begin class by just gently starting to warm up. We'll bring our chin to our shoulders, gently going back and forth. If you want to, bring your crown of your head up toward the ceiling, stretching out your neck. You'll get more of a range of motion. Next time your head comes to center, we'll stop. Inhale your head back. Exhale, chin to chest. Continue with your own breathing pattern. Next time your head comes to center, we'll stop. Bring our left hand to right knee. Right hand behind you in the small of your back, whatever works. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, bring a gentle twist. Relax your core, try to bring your right shoulder to the wall behind you. Release and exhale as you come out. Go the other direction. Right hand, left knee. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, bring a gentle twist. Inhale, release, and exhale as you come out. Now let's bring our hands alongside our hips. Inhale, coming up. And the right hand is going to take a hold of your left wrist. Extend that right arm out. Feel a good stretch in your left shoulder. Release that right hand, have it come down. Leaning to the right, keeping your hips nice and flat. Inhale, coming up. Left hand, take a hold of your right wrist. Extend that arm up. Release, bring the left hand down and we'll lean to the left. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Slowly, gently walking yourself down. And your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself back up. We're going to roll on over, moving into our cat and cow. However you can get on over, whatever's comfortable. Remember, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, everything's shoulder width apart. Exhale, bring that spine up. Inhale, going to rotate through our hips. Head's coming up. Exhale, coming back up. Inhale, coming down. Continue with your own breathing pattern. Alright, go ahead and move on over. Bring our knees to the outer edge of our mat. Gently pushing your hips all the way back as far as you can get. And we'll slowly lower that forehead down. Now if you can't get all the way down, you're always free to take a block. Put that underneath your head for support. The goal is to try to keep your hips down towards your heels. You should feel a gentle stretch in your hips or your quads, whatever needs to be stretched. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press back up. Coming up to our knees. So we're going to move over to the camel now. And for the camel, the biggest goal is we're going to keep our hips above our knees. We're going to bring our hands to our backside. Gently pushing our hips forward. Start to rotate your shoulder blades back together. You should feel a good stretch from your knees all the way up to your neck, specifically in your hip joints. Keep breathing to hold your breath. Releasing your hands, gently coming forward. And we'll come on up to a standing position. We'll start our sun salutation. So for the sun salutation, you come to about 2 feet from the front of your mat. I've got blocks here. If you're not as flexible as you want to be, please use blocks. That's a good way to start. And we'll start our sun salutation by coming into the center. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, coming up. 3, exhale, hinging at the hips, coming down. 4, we'll step back with our left foot. 5, stepping all the way back with your right foot. If you're on the blocks, just gently come on down. So from here, the down dog, we'll just gently start to walk the dog, bringing your heels down towards the mat. Bring your spine in line with your arms. Next, do knees, chest, and chin. Coming all the way down, knees, chest, and chin. I'm going to stay on my all fours. If you can't go down, that's fine. And then we'll do user's choice. We'll start off with a baby cobra. And we'll go into Sphinx. Sphinx, you can go into plank. Plank, you can move yourself gently over to your up dog. And you get to choose whatever you want. But if you can't go all the way down, like I can't go all the way down, I'm just going to keep on doing my cat and cow on here. So this is called user's choice, and you get to pick what you want to do. And we'll gently start to come out of our user's choice. Bringing yourself back into your down dog. Pressing back up. And if you want to stay on all fours, you certainly can. If you're using the blocks, bring your hands back up to the blocks. Going to step forward with the left foot. Forward with your right. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. All right, start again. Make sure you're close to the front of your mat. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, coming up. Pause here, we'll do the crescent. I'm going to lean my hips to the left and my hands to the right. Doesn't matter which way you go. Just getting a good stretch. Nice deep breath. Inhale, come back up to center. Go the other direction. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, coming all the way down. Using the blocks, feel free to use that. We're just going to let our head relax all the way down. Straighten your legs. If you can straighten your legs, try to straighten your spine. You'll feel all the tension going to the back of your legs as your hamstrings. And step back with our right foot. And step back with your left. Into your down dog or on all four, whatever works. If you're in all four, just give a nice stretch. And then we'll go knees, chest, and chin. Me, I'm going to keep on doing my cat and cow. And for user's choice, feel free in whatever you feel like doing. Remember the 4 options are baby cobra, sphinx, plank, up dog. If you ever get tired, you don't have to continue. You can just sit there and wait. Let the body relax. And we'll gently start to come out of our user's choice. Bring our hands underneath, pushing into our hands, come back into our down dog. If you're using the blocks, bring your hands back up to the blocks. Step forward with our right foot. Forward with the left. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. So we're going to move into we're going to add in the warrior for this series. We'll start with 1. Inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, coming up. If you want to add in a gentle back bend, feel free. 3, exhale, coming down. Forward, step back with our left foot. Come up to a standing balance. So for this one, you can have your feet close if you don't want to have too much of a stretch. You can always stretch back forward. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But if at any point your leg gets tired, you can always just straighten it. So for warrior 1, my back foot is at a 45, my forward foot is straight on, hips are straight up. Hands inhale, coming up. You should immediately feel the tension in the small of your back. Nice deep breaths. So we're going to go into warrior 2. So for warrior 2, my right knee is forward. I'm going to turn my right hand forward. My hips are going to turn to a 45. My shoulders are going to turn to the side. And I'm looking directly over my right hand. Warrior 2, we're going to go into reverse warrior. I'm going to turn my right hand palm up to the ceiling. Hand points at the ceiling. For support, I'm going to bring my left hand to the back of my leg. Or you can bring that left hand to the small of your back. And you should be feeling a good stretch all in your side. Take a nice deep breath. Remember, if that front leg gets tired, you can always straighten it. Going back into warrior 2. And comes down flat, looking straight over my right arm. I go into warrior 1, so my hips are going to come forward, my hands are going to come up, shoulders are straight ahead. Again, tension in the small of your back. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Bring them down to the mat with the blocks. Step all the way back with our right foot into your down dog. If you're in the blocks, come on down. Just gently walking the dog. Remember, you can be on all fours if you want, whatever works for your body. 6, we'll go knees, chest, and chin, or plank. For a plank, you just come to the push-up position, slowly lower yourself down, and then user's choice. Whatever your body feels like. Again, if you want to be on all fours, doing the cat and cow, feel free. I'm going to demonstrate a wide variety, and you get to pick what you want out of there. Gently lowering yourself back down. Pressing into your hands, coming back into your down dog, or your all four. If you're using blocks, your Hands back up. Step forward to the left foot. Turning my right foot to a 45. Coming up to a standing balance. My hips are straight ahead, shoulders are straight ahead. Hands will come up into warrior one. Make sure you find a drishti, something to stare at. Focus on that. Then go into warrior two. Left knee is forward, so my left arm is going to go forward. Hips are turning to a 45, shoulders are turning straight. Looking directly over my left hand. We go into reverse warrior, left hand turns up to the ceiling. Point that left hand up. Hand comes to the leg for support, or in the small of your back, whatever's comfortable. And then back into warrior two. Left hand comes down. Transitioning over into warrior one, the hips turn forward, shoulders turn forward, and hands come up. Inhale, exhale, hands coming down. Step forward with our right foot. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. All right, we're going to move over to standing balance. So for standing balance, if you want, you can stay on your mat. If not, I typically come off to the mat, off the side. Remember the two rules about standing balance. Tighten your abs and find something to stare at. It can be a mark on the floor, it can be where the tiles meet, whatever it works. So we're going to start with the weebles wobbles, so the very basic moves. So bring your weight to one foot, doesn't matter which foot you're going to work with. Lift up one foot, and the goal is to keep this foot up. And now we're going to start to just gently lean forward until you feel like you're losing your balance. And if you feel like you're losing your balance, come on back up. So if you can reach the floor, great. It's not the goal, but you want to try to keep this leg straight. So you want to do 10 times on each foot. And remember, if you've already moved past this point and you want to do your own practice at this point, you've got 5 minutes to do whatever standing balance you feel like. I'm just going to demonstrate the ones that are to give you a good reminder. Once you've gotten to 10, we'll switch feet and we'll go the other direction. Lift up one foot, find my drishti, tighten my stomach, and just gently start to work yourself through. You're going to find one side is stronger than the other. That's fine. Maybe there's an injury. Alright, now we're going to move on to different levels of tree. So for the tree, it doesn't matter which foot you start with, we're going to do both sides. So I'll bring my attention to my right foot, spread my toes out. I'm going to bring the heel of my left foot into the ankle of my right. And this leg is just going to be used for support. So I'll bring my hands into the center. And if you feel like you can bring up your foot, bring it up. If you need to bring it back down because you're losing your balance, feel free. So this is called the kickstand. This allows you to practice your standing balance, but at a little bit safer of a rate. Remember, you can always use the wall if you feel like it. For the next level, you bring your foot up to your calf, bring your knee out to the side, and start your standing balance. Over time, you'll be able to work yourself all the way up to bring it inside your leg. You never want to bring your foot onto your knee. You can always push your knee out of joint. Once you're comfortable here and you want to move your hands up, you can bring them up in the center. You can bring them up all the way, whatever works for you. And we'll gently start to come out of that. Go on to the other side. Remember, for the kickstand, heel into ankle. Use that foot as you need it. When you're comfortable, you can move up to the calf. And then when you feel like it, you can move all the way up. And we'll gently start to come out of that. So remember, you get to practice whatever you feel like. So the next one I'm going to demonstrate for the standing balance is going to be the eagle. So again, for the eagle, pick a foot, doesn't matter. Bring all my weight to that foot. I'm going to take my leg and cross it around. For this time, I'm not going to use the arms. If you know how to use the arms and you want to add in the arms, feel free. This one, I'm going to sit down, trying to keep my spine straight. Bring myself all the way down. Pressing back into your leg, coming all the way up. And we'll go the other direction. Keeping your spine straight, slowly lowering your hips down towards your ankle. Pushing into your legs, coming back up, and relax. So that's the eagle, that's an option. I'm going to demonstrate the half moon. So I'm going to use the wall. If you don't need the wall, you don't have to use it, but this is a good way to start with a demonstration. So I put a block out here. So I'm going to put my foot in the same direction as the wall. I'm going to start to lean forward. Bring your hand down to the block if you need it. And here you can lean your body into the wall. I'm going to have my legs straight back. Bring my hand up to the ceiling. So if you're comfortable here, you can certainly look up if that's more comfortable. But over time, the goal is to lean yourself away from the wall, and you don't need the block. So the ultimate expression of the pose is your foot is along the wall, your body is off the wall. This hand isn't touching. You can be looking up. And we'll gently come back down. And then we can go the other direction. And block to the other side. Foot parallel with the wall. Lean into that foot. Having the back leg coming up. You can use the block if you need it. If not, that's fine. And then just bring yourself up. And then gently come back down. So feel free, practice whatever you want for your standing balance. And we'll come on out of our standing balance and we'll move over to our back series. So for the back series, we're just going to go ahead and lay on our mats. Heads towards the center, stomachs down. And turn your head and relax for a second. This one, we're going to bring our chin to the mat. We're going to bring our hands back towards our hips. You've got the option of interlacing your hands behind you or not, whatever is working for you. Inhale, bringing up our chin, chest, and hands. Try to bring those shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale, coming down, turn your cheek the other direction and relax. Next, we'll bring our hands out to the side. Bring our chin back to the mat. So you can bring your hands out to the side or you can bring your hands into cactus arms. I'll demonstrate the cactus arms. Inhale, coming up, chin, chest, and hands. Bringing those shoulder blades up. Bring them together. Trying to bring your elbows up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, coming down, turn your cheek to the side and relax. Third and final one. is the down boat. If you have bad shoulders and you can't bring your arms above you, you can bring your arms into whatever position is comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that. Chin back to the mat. Inhale coming up, chin, chest, and hands. You've got the option of leaving your feet on the mat or not, whatever is better for your body. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Turn your cheek to the side and relax. So we just worked the middle of your spine. Now we're going to work the lower part of your back. I'm going to go into Ardha Salamabhasana. So for that, if you want, you can roll from side to side. Bring your arms underneath you, hands into your groin to protect you. I'm going to demonstrate how you can use a bolster. So if you have a bolster, great. If you don't, you can always use a body pillow from home, whatever works for you. So I'm just going to hang my chin just off the edge of the mat. Hang my chin off the edge of the bolster. I'm going to bring my arms underneath to support me. Bring my attention to my left leg. I'm going to stretch that left leg back as far as I can, opening up your hip. Raise that left leg up. Start moving that ankle all around both directions. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Bring my attention to my right leg. Straighten that right leg out. Reach for the wall behind you. Inhale, coming up. Moving that ankle all around. Got to make perfect circles both directions. Inhale, exhale, coming down. One last time on the left side. Inhale that left leg up, pressing that heel back, bringing your toes towards your nose. Just take note that you're not pressing in with your right knee into the mat. All we're trying to do is just use the small of your muscles, the muscles in the small of your back. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Bring our attention to the right leg. Inhale that right leg up, pressing that heel to the wall behind you, toes towards your nose. Inhale, exhale, gently lowering that right leg down. And relax. Turn your cheek to the side. And relax. Alright, we're going to move into the double leg stretch. So if you want, if you already got your arms underneath you and you want to stay there, that's fine. If you want to use a bolster, instead of having them bolster this direction, I'm going to turn the bolster lengthwise. I'm going to lay just my hip bones right into the center of it. I'll lower myself all the way down. So we're going to bring our feet together. Inhale, raising up our feet. You should feel this directly in the small of your back. Right here, these muscles. Try to keep your feet together. Now we'll bring our feet to the outer edge of our mat. You should feel this changing muscles. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, exhale, gently lower your feet down. Turn your cheek to the side and relax. You bring your arms out from underneath you. Final back series exercise. We're going to bring your hands underneath our shoulders, pushing ourselves back into all four. If you have a bolster, push it off to the side. You're not going to need it. Next one we're going to do is raised bow. So for the raised bow, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, everything's shoulder width apart. Bring our attention to our left arm. So level one is just an arm. Level 2 is just a leg. 3 is an arm and a leg. And then if you want to, you can always go into the bow. And so for the bow, reach back, take a hold of your foot, gently stretching yourself out. Remember, you're pressing into your quadricep to bring yourself up. Find your drishti. Inhale, exhale, gently coming down. And we go the other direction. Right arm up and add in your left leg. If you want to add the bow in, feel free. If you're not using the bow, try stretching as far forward with your right hand as you can. Stretch back with your left leg. You'll feel the spine muscles really supporting you. Inhale, exhale, coming down. From here we'll stretch out the back. Start with a little cat and cow. Remember, spine up, exhale. Deep inhale, rotating through your hips, having the small of your back come down, reaching your stomach down towards the floor. And continue with your own breathing pattern. Knees to the outer edge of our mat. Bring your toes together. I'm going to bring my hips back towards my heels. Gently and slowly lower yourself down. If you want, you can always bring a fist underneath your head to support you, or if you can bring it all the way down. If you can bring your forehead down and it touches the mat and you're not sacrificing distance between your backside and your heels, take your hands, walk them as far forward as you can. You'll feel your torso open up. Take a nice deep breath. And your hands underneath your shoulders. Pressing back up. Now we'll just go ahead and roll on over and have a seat on our backside. On the way down, if you can, grab your strap. Make sure your strap is near you. I'm just using the typical average strap. If you need to, you can use a towel at home. Whatever you have is fine. Laying on your back, start with a single leg wind reliever. Open up your hips. I'm just going to gently draw that left knee into my chest. Slowly drawing that knee up. Waiting for that hip to open up. If you want, we can turn this into the cradle of the baby and take my right hand, gently take a hold of my left foot. I'm going to draw my left foot and my left knee into my chest. If you want to turn this completely into the cradle of the baby, arm comes around your leg, gently draw everything in. Nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale, gently release that leg. Move into the other side, gently draw that right knee into your chest. Again, if you want to turn this into the cradle of the baby, just take a hold of your foot, gently drawing your knee and your foot in. If you want a full expression, just bring your arm all the way around. And then sending that right leg back out. And relax. Move into windshield wipers. So for windshield wipers, we're bringing our knees, bringing our heel towards our backside. I'm going to bring my feet to the outer edge of my mat. So this is going to be an internal rotation of your hips. The last one, I turned my leg out, I was externally rotating. This time I'm going to do an internal rotation of my hips. I'm going to move my hands out to the side. Just going to gently let my knees roll to one side. Your shoulders should stay flat. Your hips can come off, but your shoulders need to stay flat. And you're just going to gently breathe, letting your knees roll both ways. Remember, let this outside knee come all the way down. Just gently let your knees go all the way back. You should feel a gentle stretch in the small of your back. Next time your knees come back in the center, we'll stop. So from here, we're going to go into thread the needle. I'm going to take my right ankle and put it onto my left knee. I'm going to reach behind my left knee. Gently inhale, drawing that left knee into my chest. You're going to feel a deep stretch in your right hip. So this is level 1. If you want to go to level 2, you can straighten your leg, bring your hands behind your calf. Level 3, if you're feeling comfortable, you can bring your right hand, gently push that hip away. You'll feel more of a stretch. Inhale, exhale, gently release. I'm going to cross my leg the other direction. Left ankle to right knee. For this one, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the strap. So if you're having problems and you can't reach that high, put the strap on your foot. Cross that leg on over. Inhale, coming up. Reach behind that right leg, gently draw that right knee into your chest. With the strap, it should make it a little bit easier for you to get a stretch. Remember, you can do level 1, level 2, or level 3, whatever works for you. Inhale, exhale, gently lowering your leg down. Extend your legs out and relax. We move into our forward bends. So for the forward bends, go ahead and grab your strap. Put the strap on my left foot. If you can, put it on the ball of your left foot. Go ahead and lay on back. Get nice and comfortable. Okay, inhale that left leg up. Trying to keep your knee straight. If you feel a stretch in the back of your knee, slightly bend your knee. We don't want to stretch at the joint. You should be feeling this in the ball of your muscle right here in the back of your leg. Trying to keep your legs straight, bringing your toes down toward your nose. You'll feel a good stretch in your calf. Reach up a bit higher in the strap. Bring my forehead up towards my knee. Nice, good deep breath. Inhale, exhale, coming back down. And let this left leg gently come out to the side. I'm going to take the strap into my right hand. Bring that weight into my right hand and let that left leg come down. If you want, you can always bring a block out to the side. Let your leg gently come out. That's good for you. Remember, you want to have your hips flat. You don't want to be rotating over. Inhale, coming back up in the center. Keeping your hips flat, I'm going to let this left leg come across my body to the right. You feel a good stretch in your left hip right now. If you're feeling a stretch in the back of your knee, again, just bend your knee slightly. Because this is not necessarily about the hamstring, this is about your outer hip joint, getting a good stretch. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, gently, slowly coming on down. And relax. Switch feet. Strap on your right foot. Inhale that right leg up. Again, you want to have the strap on the ball of your foot. That way you can gently let the heel press up and let your toes come down. Reach up a little bit higher in the strap, bring your forehead towards your knee. Gently releasing your head, bring it back down. And let that right leg come out to the right. Again, focusing on your hips. So I use this hand just as support for my leg. If I want to do more of a stretch, let it come off. Some days I don't feel like it, I can just bring it up and do less of a stretch. Whatever you want. Inhale, coming back in the center, keeping my hips flat. Let that right leg come across my body. Good deep stretch in your right hip. If you need to, you can bend this knee. The goal is to keep your hips flat. You're not trying to let them rotate over because then it's turning into a spinal stretch. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, coming all the way down, and relax. We're going to move into the double leg stretch. So for the double leg stretch, you can be laying down or seated, whatever you want. So for this one, I am going to grab a block, and I'm going to put it between my feet. The reason for this is now my legs will be straight. That's going to give me a better stretch. I'm going to bring my strap around my feet. And if you're laying down, go ahead and lay on back down. If you're seated, keep your spine straight. Inhale our legs up. For those that are seated, keeping your spine straight, reaching for your toes. If you're laying down, go ahead and bring your toes down. Point your heels up to the ceiling. You should be feeling a good stretch in the back of your legs. If you're seated, go ahead and round your spine, reach as far forward as you can. If you're laying down, reach up a little bit higher in the strap, bring your forehead toward your knees. Nice deep breath. Remember, heels up, toes down. If you're laying down, gently bringing your head back down. Inhale, exhale, gently and slowly let yourself come on down and relax. Moving over to Happy Baby. If you don't need your strap, go ahead and put that strap off to the side. I'm going to demonstrate it with the strap. So for the Happy Baby, what you're going to do is reach in between your legs, bringing your heels up towards your hips. And the goal is now just to gently roll back and forth. A nice stretch in the small of your back. Gently start to come out of our Happy Baby. Letting your strap off to the side if you're using it. And relax. By going into the Happy Baby, you're curving your spine up. And that's engaging your parasympathetic nervous system. And this will help you get back to sleep and relax. If you ever have trouble sleeping, feel free to use that. All right, we're going to move over to our inversions. So if you've already got an inversion practice that you do, go ahead and take 5 minutes and start your practice. For others, we're going to walk through and we're going to practice the very basics. So for the very basics, remember for contraindications for inversions, recent spinal surgery, glaucoma, any type of surgeries. If you get dizzy and vertigo, you don't have to do this portion. For those that are going to practice the inversion with us, we're going to bend our knees, bringing our heels towards our backside. We're going to go into the bridge. So for the bridge, all I'm going to do is just gently lift my hips up. An inversion is considered as soon as your hips gets above your heart. That's an inversion. My hips down, my hands are down. When I inhale, hips will come up, hands will come up. This is called the dynamic. And when I exhale, they both come down. From there, the next level is if you want to add in the plow. So for the plow, bring my hands down to the mat. I'm going to inhale, bring my knees up and pushing them up all the way up and over. You should start to feel a good stretch in the small of your back. The goal is for your feet to come all the way down to the floor. I'm not there, so it is what it is. So if you're feeling comfortable, you want to go into your supported shoulder stand. Hands will come to the small of your back. All you gotta do is just gently press your legs up to the ceiling. Again, you can stay here. You can stay at any pose at any level you want to. Again, if you've got your own practice, feel free and do whatever you want. Slowly and gently bring yourself back down. Bring your knees down toward your forehead. And bring my hands down to the mat. Slowly and gently start to work myself down. Staying in control of your body. And release the legs down. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate is legs up the wall. So for legs up the wall, all I'll do is gently move myself to the wall. I start by coming sideways to the wall. Ultimately, my legs are going to go up and my shoulders will be nice and flat against. Try to keep your butt against the wall. And then you just gently lay here and relax if you want. And the cobbler is just simply allowing your knees to open up, feet will come in. So that's an option. You can stay there for 5 minutes if you choose. Remember, anytime you're coming out of an inversion, take your time, be very slow. You get all the blood in your torso and you don't want to pass out. And the final one that I'll demonstrate is, I'll show you what it looks like with a bolster. So with the bolster, take it, put it underneath on top of your mat, and lay down. So for this one, I'm going to press into my feet. I'm going to lift my hips up off the mat. I'm going to gently just roll that bolster underneath the small of my back, underneath my hips. And then I'm going to lift my feet up and relax. Again, this is an inversion. So for here, you start to move your ankles all around. All the different angles that you can, snap, crackle, pop. You start to move your legs like a scissor, start to get more of a stretch in your hips. If you want, you can open up your legs, start to gently move your legs through the whole entire range of motion of your hip joints. You get to decide whatever works for you. When you're ready to come down, slowly and gently lowering your legs down. I raise my hips up, push that bolster out of the way. And then lay there and relax for a second. Again, the big concern is you got all the blood in your torso. If you sit up quickly, you will pass out, so take your time. So that's about the end of the 5 minutes of inversions. We're going to move ourselves over to our fish pose. With our fish pose, we are going to move into using a bolster. So I'm just going to gently take my bolster, bring it underneath me.
I'm ahead of you on that.
You're good. You're on it. So about 2/3 of the way up the bolster, I'm going to put a block. I'm going to bring the small of my back to the bolster. Gently lean on back and let yourself relax. Into the belly, into the chest, into the shoulders, and exhale. Notice how the body's slowing down. You can always add in cobbler here if you're comfortable. Out of our fish pose, I'm going to bring my elbows underneath my shoulders. Press myself up gently. I'll roll that bolster out from underneath behind me. Move that block. And go ahead and lay on back and relax. We'll move into our final stretch. Final asana is going to be a spinal stretch. So for the spinal stretch, for the final stretch of spinal, we're going to bend our knees, bringing our heels in towards our backside. I'm going to cross my right ankle to my left knee. And gently let my knees come together. So for this one, the important is keeping your shoulders nice and flat on the mat, and your hips can come up off the mat. I'm going to gently let my knees roll to my right. The important part about this is this bottom foot. You can turn this bottom foot over to here or back to the other side of the mat, wherever you feel like you're getting more of a spinal stretch. Another important part is release your core. You're not letting your back muscles support you or your stomach muscles support you. Let that whole entire midsection just relax. Keeping your knees together, we'll gently let them roll the other direction. You want to increase the stretch, just look the opposite direction of your knees. Inhale, coming back up. Cross our legs the other direction. Right over left. Let my knees gently roll to my left. Relaxing your core. Inhale, coming back up. Just gonna let my knees roll the other direction. Inhale, coming back up. And uncross your legs. Send your legs back out and relax. Here, we'll go ahead and come on up to a seated position. Just bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Gently sitting up. And that is the end of the hour practice. So from here, if you know the Yoga Nidra practice and you've got the recording of it, feel free to go into that. For now, we'll say end of class, thank you for practicing.